Hello people, how are we doing today? I hope we are doing well. It's weird when there's no Wednesday, isn't it? It's a bit odd when there's nothing on at the weekend. But how are we all doing? I hope everyone is doing well and are having a good weekend. Evening darling, evening Nathan, evening Cincy Wednesday, evening Jed the Giant Chicken, evening Jackson Animations. You did very well with your song you did, I liked it. Evening Daniel, how are we all doing? Hope everyone is well. Slight issue today. I've had to pop the chat out today on YouTube because it won't it disconnected again. So I've had to play around with things. I'm also trying something a little bit different with the audio. Trying something else instead of... Where is it? The muff on instead. But we have had a week of Wednesday. I didn't really fancy doing a stream on Friday night, I'll be honest with you. I was absolutely knackered. The week we've had in my household has been busier than anything. And it's one of those things that I've been trying to play catch up. And so it's... Please do, mate. I look forward to it. Evening, Nathan. How you doing, mate? I hope you're doing well. So let's do a bit of Talking Wednesday. Not Talking Wednesday, that's the podcast I do. But let's talk about Sheffield Wednesday in general and what's been going on really, because it's been a weird week because a lot of the stories have been a little bit let's be honest. I think all we need right now is a bit of positivity, and we're only going to get that when people start winning. I knew people would turn around when I said the word muff would go, oh, that's a funny word. But it's one of those weird weeks where you look at the week we've just had and you're hoping and praying that everything is doing well on the pitch. How do you... I use it for microphones. And I have plenty of them. There's 1, 2, 3... There's about 5 in here. But it is that thing. I think it's a weird week this week because we left the last game in a bit of that kind of thing. Oh, back to same old Wednesday there. But we saw improvements. That's the thing. We saw massive improvements still. But it's finding that goal threat. It's finding that ability to keep a clean sheet. If we can keep clean sheets and nick a goal, I'd take that all season. For the rest of the season, we keep clean sheets and then we nick winners, I'd take that, but I'm living in a fantasy world. I thought that might be obvious with me being pregnant. Yeah, very true. And find Jake just watching darts. Oh, nice. Everyone, mental health goal, get it in the chat. I was knackered too yesterday, worked 2 jobs on the same day, 9 till 1. Oh, horrible shift, mate. But well worth the money, Nathan. As long as you get that money and manage to put it away, that's awesome. But horrible shifts. I remember when I had to do split shifts sometimes in kitchens, they were nasty. And I wasn't technically meant to do them. So would I, mate. And I think that's the thing. Hey, Daniel, how you doing, mate? I think that's the thing. If we can just nick games, I'd be happy. But I don't think that's in a certain... Oh, don't put that in there. That's a password. Nearly. Nearly did something dumb. Now, I was looking at some players who we could go for in January, who could come in on loan. I'm more bothered about Bannon Jackson. Yeah, true. So was I. Bloody baby won't hurry themselves up. No, they won't. The child is still cooking, and we're very close, actually. We are 18 days away from baby today. So 18 days, and we should have a baby, hopefully, which will change everything up. I think the thing I got is the end of this international break, we have got games galore that are really busy, which is good. I want us to have a lot of games going forward because I think that helps us a little bit. It makes us more depressed if the results don't go our way. Don't get me wrong. I understand that. But if we can go into games with a little bit more fight and energy. Like, I know this week have been pretty naff in terms of how things are, because the stories have just been, they've been very negative. They've been very hard to talk about because you don't want to talk about them. I hope Sheffield Wednesday wins. They always win. Not at the moment, sadly, mate. They're not doing that well. We are struggling at the minute for wins. If we could get wins, we would be brilliant. If we had points for the amount of club statement we've had, would be brilliant. But we don't. There was a player I was looking at, a Liverpool. I think he's an under. Oh, is he a? The hell is that noise? That is low. Whatever that was low. Here we go. Liverpool. He's a striker, if I remember correctly. He's a youngster. Now, he's got German heritage, but he's born in England. Let's have a look. Can anyone else hear like a faint buzz? I can. It's doing me head in. 3 point per club statement. Yep, that would be decent. Where is he? Where is this little chap? Oh God, I don't like the way they do their website, Liverpool. This is horrible. News. I just want to find out players. Match day fans. Oh, where the hell do you find players on here? No, I don't want to find out stuff. Teams. There we go. Thank you. Picture players and staff. I would like the academy, please. Academy. He is a forward. Where is he? Don't say he's already on loan. Paul Galatz. Paulglatzel. Now, he's been on loan a couple of times at Tranmere. Not great. I heard a rumour about Josh Onomer. Yep. That wins, you mean win has a plural. True. Be top of the league. Isn't about Liverpool. GD Sheffield Wednesday. Don't go too much on Jackson. He's just asking questions, mate. I've heard the rumour about Josh Onomer coming. I was hoping Josh Onomer was going to come in the summer. Now, there is a slight issue with Josh Onomer, right? And that issue was he couldn't get a deal agreed at Preston. He couldn't get a deal agreed at Stoke. I have a funny feeling that Josh Onomer is asking for too much money. Now, we wanted Josh in the summer. We were actually looking at him. Now, I always thought he was going to be way too much money. Most new loan signings in January are German. The thing is, even if they are German, we've got to get them through the... we have to get them through the visa situation, which sometimes isn't that easy to do. But Josh Onomer was someone we wanted in the summer, and we just couldn't get a deal there. I think he was all up for coming back up north anyway. I'd be interested to see what happens. Josh Onomer is not that old. Josh can still do a job in that midfield. I think Onomer's only 25, 26. So it'll be interesting to see if that gets reignited again. And that's the thing. Like the forward I'm looking at it from Liverpool. He's 20, I believe. He's either 20 or 21. The problem with him, he's had a couple of injuries. Now, he's been at Tranmere. He got sick time for the League 2 club. He came back and injury-free. He's hoping for an injury-free season for 2023-2024. I think he would be a really good player to get in. On loan, you get him on loan, you get him in the first team. It's another striker to look at. You look at the situation with Cadamartri. You look at Cadamartri needed 100% needed a new contract shoving in front of him after that. Like, oh, we want to extend your current contract, put you on a new deal. And the thing is, if we can get Cadamartri in the team and playing, then fantastic. I think you might have to recall on some of the youth players coming up. That my big concern, I don't know if it is anyone else's concern, is we don't have the head of recruitment sorted. We don't have the other two coaches sorted from what it looked like. We haven't heard anything. We were hearing that they were wanting things to get sorted soon. Cads is needed for game. Oh, no, I'm not saying loan him. I'm saying keep him at the club. Keep him here and getting games. Because he looked fantastic that weekend. That weekend, he looked brilliant in the second half. He looked like he was up for a show. He looked like he was up for having a good time. And the thing is, he was really looking forward to doing really well. And I think if you can get the right balls into him, he'll be a really good person to kick on. Now, I do think our striking force is limited. Michael Smith, for me, you hope his injury knock that he had is all done and dusted and he can start. I think for me, you start with either a Smith, and you bring Cads on when you ram Smith a bit into the ground. Next week is important. Not next week, the week after, I mean, when we come back. Because it's Birmingham, Leicester, Stoke, I believe. It's a 3-game week. And that's important because that games that you can get back to doing everything, try and put in everything that he's done in this mini pre-season. Now, I have had about enough as I can take of mini pre-seasons so far this season. I think it was Sheffield Wednesday, I think you said in the comment section on that video. We have one more around March time, I think, for the whole of the season. Now, here's the thing. We don't have any more for the rest of this year. We don't have the luxury of going, oh, we can have a little break here to just go and sort things out. We don't have that. We have to go all guns blazing now. We have to leave everything on the pitch and go for it. Wins, yep. Is it Birmingham? Why do I think it was Stoke? Is it Stoke the following week? Oh, of course it is Birmingham. It was a good football, Philip Coutinho. Very good, mate. He was a good footballer, sadly. Ian and John, how you doing, mate? It is black, but it's Stoke the following week. What am I spinning? It's the keyboard cap puller. My keyboard cap puller, because my keyboard was horrible. How are you, John? How are you doing this weekend? How is your weekend being not ruined by football? Because that's how it normally goes. For most football fans, unless you like a thingy. And also, what's the interesting thing at the minute, for me, is what's going on in the Premiership. A little bit, with Everton now getting their point deduction. Do we think the likes of Chelsea and Man City will get done? Because I think you've got to be very careful how you play this next. Because if you don't do similar to what you did to Everton, I think you're going to get some sort of thing sorted. Someone said Birmingham, John appeared. Yeah, it's like a magical button. So you mentioned Birmingham and appear John. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see what Birmingham have done during this week off from games and the next 2 weeks, because there were bits that were dying of a man flu and being in Leeds last week. Oh, not nice. I hope you had a bath after being in Leeds, mate. Maybe that's why you got even more ill. Just being in Leeds. Anyone who lives in Leeds, I'm kind of messing, kind of not. We all hate Leeds, gum. That's the basic common sense of it. But that's the thing. We have to go into the game versus Birmingham all glum blazing, because they don't have a good record at the minute. They've gone from being like 5th place to 18th. Wayne Rooney effect. If they were going for the Wayne Rooney effect a la Derby to try and keep them up, he's doing a great job for making it really good last day if need be. But if you're trying to like push on, it's not going to help. I don't know, and I'm not really following the Ballon d'Or anymore. It's been a massive con fix for ages, to be fair. I don't really care who wins it, because at the end of the day, I think Haaland will win one eventually. To be fair, I don't think Messi should have won it this season, but hey, that's just me. I thought, wow, that's really rough, mate. Leeds, I mean. Nothing, pal. He gave the whole squad extra time off. Believe they were only back in. What? So he gave them extra time off and they were only back in training last week. Jesus Christ, that doesn't sound good. Do you feel like they needed to be in from what you've seen? I hate Leeds. Yep. It's that kind of thing. I'm going to be interested to see what happens with that game, because two teams who are struggling massively, two teams who are looking for that, starting to get new manager to put their style on the thing. It could be an interesting game. It could be a really interesting game in terms of a neutral fixture. If you're neutral wanting to watch a game, that could be a good one to go to because it's going to be interesting. Fell off. So I think for me this week for me for Wednesday personally, I think it's been intense training, getting things sorted. We all flipping hate league. We all hate league. Yeah. Yes and no. Our home form is good. We think away. Okay. So you might be able to get something at home then. Interesting. That'll be interesting to see what happens. But the thing for me is that the one thing that's annoying me at the minute, and it's massively annoying me, and it's the fact that we're still looking for this kind of, we're sorting out the head of recruitment and it's not done yet. That worries me. That does worry me because we should have that all done and dusted by now, especially with being the back end of November and you're going into December. That leaves you with about 2 or 3. That leaves you with at least a month to go and be. I think going janky on my phone. It's my phone. YouTube being crap. Okay, fair enough. See you in a minute, darling. But it's going to be interesting to see how Danny Rull sets the team up, how he got them back defending. Because our big thing is our defending been woeful. It had been absolutely woeful. And I'll agree, I should have done the debrief after that game. We're just thankful the injured players, apart from long-term ones, are back. Damn. So you could have some players who haven't played in a while in that squad. 21 people watching, 11 likes. Get those likes up, people. I know it's not great talking about Wednesday at minute, but we've got to try and do something. Try and enjoy it. I think this week, there has just been that whole thing of seeing where we're at and what happens next. We said on the Talking Wednesday podcast, which is that one there, Talking Wednesday podcast, Tuesdays at 5 p.m. I need to get Deck to give me some new artwork for that because that's the old logo and it's not the new one. I have to do pop-out chat and it's doing my head in. Heard about? Yes, I did hear about Everton. Was it 10 points? The thing is, with the Everton thing, if they have done Everton, they have to do Man City and Chelsea. They have to. They set a precedent now. They can't give a really naff point. They can't give a naff thing to Man City and Chelsea, who've probably done worse. That's the thing now with Everton. Everton, I still think might just stay up. I've just got to believe that Sean Dyche will be able to keep that Everton team up just. I think it's going to go through a wire because they started to look okay, but I think he'll just keep them up. But the thing is, it's been coming for a while. They've been trying to do the FFP thing in the Premier League like they do in the Championship for a while. And the fact that it's now starting to take place a little bit is interesting. I'll be interested to see what they do with the likes of Man City and Chelsea. Look at Man City. Man City's 115 charges, and they've got Chelsea as well. You can't go thing. I heard a rumour if Leicester, Leeds, and Burnley sue them, they'll get deducted 9 points. Well, they've been deducted 10 already. If they do go in, and that's the thing, they're kind of well in their rights to kind of sue them, but it's similar things that has happened before, like when Derby just stayed up and we all went down. And people are like, well, if they got their point deduction then. It's like they did the point deduction at not for when the year it happened. Everton are appealing. I reckon it'll get reduced. I think it will. It'll do the same thing they did with ours. We appealed ours, and we went from -12 to -6, kind of thing. So it's that thing. I think it'll get appealed, and it'll probably get sorted. But they got to start. Premier League clubs need to start doing the same thing as the Championship clubs, League One, League Two clubs doing, trying to be smart about what's around and how to just run the club a bit better. You look at it and you think about it, and most clubs are not run well or sustainably. There's a couple that do it very well. You look at the situation with the Championship. I don't think clubs that come down should have a massive parachute payment, but at the same time, I get that they want what they're going to do. But for me, if you come down from the Prem, you should sell all your top earners, try and rebuild into the squad. I think Leicester semi kind of did that, but semi didn't. They sold a lot of big earners on the thing, but then they managed to get other people who was going to be on a lot more wages than about half the Championship put together. I think the world of finance in football is just, I don't like it. It's a murky world. It's a kind of thing. I give Edit credit, amount of money floating around in the Prem, and they still failed FFP. That's didn't it? Wasn't it something stupid? It was like 400 million their loss was, or something like that. But they never really do. It'll come, if Everton do come down, they'll probably get a rate huge parachute payment. That's the thing. The parachute payment, that's the thing that kills any kind of a little bit of competition. You sometimes get it where you get a Luton who defeat the odds and do stuff. Like if Luton come down, the best thing Luton can do with their first load of parachute payments is do what Burnley did a couple of seasons ago when they first came down. They put all their money into building the academy up and building a world-class academy. If Luton come down, it'll be academy and mixture of doing the stadium. Going up for one season can actually do brilliant for bank balances and stuff. It can do amazing stuff to just kind of get your clubs reset a little bit. The thing is, next year, I think it's from 2014... I think it's 2014-25 season, the new Guy deal kicks in, or it's the 25. So it's either the 24-25 season, or it's the 26-27 season. There's a new Guy deal, which should help each thing. How many? I think it was about 3 or 4, mate. If I remember correctly. It's a fair few. But it will be interesting to see what happens, if I'm honest. It'll be very interesting to see what happens with the other clubs. Hey, Jordy, how you doing? I'm not sure going up for one season will be good for us. Oh, no, it won't. For us, going up one season could be the worst thing. We could have more statements than ever. Because the public eye will be on him even more. I might be being a bit bad there. But I think if you run properly, you can make going up worthwhile to reset yourself. Is it next season? I thought it was. So it could be interesting. Oh, that'll be typical, won't it? New TV deal comes in and we won't be in the Championship. That'll be fun. That'll be really fun, that. But we have to... I don't know, we have to be really... On a Wednesday point of view, we just got to try and stay up. We said on the podcast that we think we need to get 15 points out of the following game till Christmas to try and stay up. 15 points help a lot, and we see what happens. So far, I haven't seen anything on the Rotherham manager. I have spoke to Ian in chat. That Ian. But I haven't seen it. All I know is so far is that Warnock has ruled himself out of the running for the job. He ruled himself out the running for the job on this one. Apparently, someone who is in the hunt for it is Chris Wilder, which makes a lot of sense, if you ask me. Probably will get him out of it, and it looks like their manager who was there is going to be going to Bristol Rovers. There's a new TV deal. They've redone the right for the Guy deal. It's a huge increase in TV revenue for Championship. So, as Jake said, this season is not the one to go down in. Yeah, can't see us staying up unless we recruit well in January. Yeah, the thing is, if we can stay up, that new TV money is fantastic. They have done a new deal for League 1 and League 2. It is more games in League 1 and League 2 as well. But it's not as good as the deal in the Championship, which I can kind of understand. But it's not the season to go down with all that money that's going to be in play. You want to try and just consolidate as much as we can and just try and fix the rest of the season. But again, it's going to be a very difficult one to do because you've still got a new manager trying to figure out what's what. You've got a very old squad still. The squad is still quite old. We have to be very aware of that. Like, we built a League 1 team to get out of League 1. Let's call it what it is. We built a League 1 team to get out of League 1. But the problem we have with building a League 1 team to get out of League 1, we didn't think about building a Championship team to be in the Championship. Our entire summer was spent playing Let's Find a Manager because we don't have one. 21 people watching, 14 likes. Get those likes up, people. I much appreciate it. Yeah, that would be all right. My best motto for following the L's: hope for the best, bet the worst. Yep. Very good motto as well. Why am I? That's weird. Why is that? I'm still live, aren't I? Or something gone wrong in my studio. No, we haven't. That's a worry. Because if we haven't got a head of recruitment, we will be basically relying on Chansiri's advisors, whoever they are. Why is that disconnected? Shouldn't I go? Hang on. Weird. Try that again. That shouldn't have disconnected. Give me a minute. Let's see if that comes back online. It's searching. I'm going to fix that before I go back into the house. We call it typical Blues, Jez. Means exactly the same, yeah. If we somehow survive, we need a massive recruitment. Oh, we do. We need a massive recruitment in the summer. Either way, if we go down to League 1, we need a massive clear out. If we stay up in the Championship, we need a massive clear out. It's Cat 22. There isn't a win-win. Well, sorry. Either way, we need a massive clear out. That's basically how it is. Clubs ought to adopt these as official club mottos. It would be hilarious. Yeah, that would be funny. But we have to. We need a clear out. We needed a clear out for a while, and we thought it looked like in some of the transfer windows, especially the last one, before we went up in the summer, it looked like we got the right people. We got people like Michael Awetway. We got people like Michael May who know how to get out of League 1. You got Jack Hunting. But then you look at the ages. They're not bringing the age of the squad down. You look at what we did in the summer. I would say Bernard, Gazzaman, and Masaba, best piece of the business we did. Then you look at the rest that came in. I don't know how much better they were. If we go transfer marketplace a minute, because I have kind of forgotten who we brought in. It's been that long of the season this season. Sheffield Wednesday. And recruitment needs to be young players that got a potential. It needs to be young players that got potential playing in the Prem, or it needs to be young players from the Prem. Like, you look at what we got in. We brought in Vasquez on loan. We brought in Bernard, who I've already said, which was a cracking bit of business. Bambo, who I've not really seen much of yet that I like, but I'm willing to give him a try. Reece James, who we've missed the reliable, but at 30, he don't get to the wrong side of 30. You've got Paul Valentin, who looks good. Don't get me wrong. I think Paul Valentin looks good. The problem with Paul is that he is, for me, hang on, you're going to hear a lot of noise. That's my steering wheel resetting because the PC reset itself. The problem with Paul, he needs to play constantly, and we need to see a bit more from him. We brought in Diaby, who I thought was a cracking loan, but we'd only seen one game of him. That's all we've seen. We've seen one game. That's it. Buckley, not really had a run in, and he's going back to Blackburn in January, I'm sure of it. I think Hendricks will be sent back, even though he's not seen him. Gasserman we brought in was fantastic. We can't play Delgado because he's injured. Masaba was really good as well. And Fletcher, I've not seen enough to say that he's decent. If he can get in a squad and do well, but he's not done much for me. We desperately need to bring in younger players. We thankfully got the big clear out come the end of this season. All the dev ward on stupid contract will be gone in. So that'll be good. You'll be interesting to see what happens then in terms of recruitment. Because I think your recruitment that you got now, who does it? Gardner into Blackburn. At Birmingham, isn't it? It's Gardner that does it all. I think that's a good one. Maybe we should sack everyone above the under 18s level. We might have a team ready for next season. Yeah. I think for me, you just gotta see what happens. The problem is, with what we're doing, nobody trusts what Chansiri's going to do next. 26 people watching, 15 likes on the channel. Please get those likes up, please. I much appreciate it. If you are a member to the channel, there is a trucking video going up tomorrow. There is another one recorded for next Sunday. There is also, tomorrow, I am finally getting the EA Football Club streams videos done. I am just biting the bullet and just going with my old video capture device, which is this, the Elgato HD60. Because I've had to send my Rode Streamer X to go get repaired or replaced because it's just not doing what it's meant to do. And it's been doing my head in. I might need your advice at some point, John, because at some point in the future, I am looking at probably building a PC for doing streams. So if you could give me a rough estimate of what you reckon would be good to put in a PC, please let me know, kind of thing. Fletcher needs a map to the job centre for it. Yeah, not that good. I think Fletcher's the kind of player who probably do really well down in League 2, to be honest with you. The Scottish Fletcher was my favourite striker. You mean the Scottish Fletcher that is currently at Wrexham, of all places? Yeah, he's at Wrexham, which that still blows my mind to this day. I always forget he's at Wrexham at the moment. And still got the long hair. That is not doing what it's meant to do. Because I am going to be biting the bullet in the summer at some point next year when the season stops and trying to make it that I don't stream off my Mac, but I use my Mac for editing stuff. Gardner and the new ownership brought in a whole new recruitment team. We also brought in Mike Rigg, the old Man City director of football who was with Jerry Cook, so hopefully that is a good people to bring in behind the scenes. Why is the computer not doing anything? That is a lot of good people to bring in behind the scenes. Good experience that you need. That'd be good. I hope Wrexham draw the Blunts and Fletcher goals against them. That would be funny. We got FA Cup to come as well, haven't we? I forgot about that. I think a cut run would be good, but I don't think it's what we need right now. I think a cut run's the last thing we need. I think we just need to concentrate on what we're doing. That reset itself again. Oh, this PC. Thank you, mate. I will do. I will do when I get close to it, because I've currently got an i5. I think it's an 800 series i5, and I know that's probably going to bottleneck on me if I do the streams I do. But I will reach out to you, mate. It will be interesting to see when they do and what money there is to spend. The rumours going out there at the minute that there's nothing to spend in the summer, and we've been told he's got to work with the youth squad. If that's the case, remember it's all rumours and speculations at this point. If that's the case, we've got to hope we've got some damn good youth team players who can come in. If there is money to play with, but he turned around and said you have to sell to bring in, who's going to come in and realistically pick up some of these players? Like, I think someone like Wilkes could go to Donny. Donny get him back. Grant McCann gets the best out of him. We get 500, maybe 200k for him, and we cut our losses. Again, Wilkes is nothing about being injured. Wilkes is a mental thing. If we can get the sports psychologist bloke to get into Wilkes' head and stuff and sort him out, then fantastic. I'd love for him to come good. Because I think there's a cracking player there. It just not worked out. You look at the back. He's not played a Whitway. He's a Whitway on his way out. Do you look at our Wednesday squad? Who in there, and if you're thinking this is a business sense, who in there is a sellable asset in that squad? You're probably thinking Josh Windass, Bailey Cadamartri now. Who else? Because Barry Bannon a couple of seasons ago, would have been massive. No one really spends in January. The last few seasons seem to be more Prem loans. The problem is, if we do loans, we're hitting close to our quota of loans. But we might be sending a lot back. It sounds like some of them might be going back, so that could help. Let's hope we get ahead of recruitment and there's a bit of money to spend on a decent strike to score the goals and keep us up. Yep. Yeah, it has been a lot of Prem loans. I tell you who hasn't done well, and I don't know if he's injured. If anyone can... let me find out. Because I'm a bit perplexed with this one, because I was expecting him to do really well. Is he injured? Let's have a look. How many goals has he got so far this season? Yeah, that's the one I don't understand. The one I really don't understand was Leicester bringing in Tom Cannon. And he's not even played. Tom Cannon has not even played a game this season for them. I don't get that. I really don't. It felt like they just Leicester put money in front of them. A lot of money. He's gone. It's enough for them to go, yeah, that's fine. But Tom Cannon, when he was at Preston, he was ripping it up. Tom Cannon hasn't even played a game for Leicester yet, I don't think. Let me check. Is he injured? He's injured. There we go. He got a back injury. Thank you. There we go. He got a fracture in his back. There we go. That is why Tom Cannon hasn't played. He got a fractured back. Which is going to take a long time for him to play. Which, if it's a fractured back, you know what? That's a weird one. Why would you sign him if he... That's an interesting one, because it sounds like he signed with already a bad injury as he signed. So, fair play to him, I guess. But a fractured back, no joke. So that's why Thomas Cannon hasn't played. Because I was surprised not to hear him more on the goal goals at the minute. But there you go. It looked like that seems like an injury we would get. Kind of player we sign and it be done. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Come true. I think he might have been back accused after the international break. Right. Good pun though. So look. So maybe he'll be back soon for them. Be interesting. Kind of thing. It'll be interesting to see how they get on there with him, because he is a cracking player once he starts playing. If he can start playing like he did at Preston. He could be really good. Tom can predict that Considerados will go twice against Preston North End on Wednesday night. Let's have a look. Hi, Jake. Much needed break for Wednesday, mate, to help get things sorted. Definitely, Stevie. Hopefully it does sort it out. But, oi, that 2 puns. Yeah, it is actually. Oh, there, it's 2 puns. That's a good point. I'm not too bad, Stevie. How are you, mate? I'm guessing you're happy that the international break came for you as well at Plymouth, so you can just settle down a bit. Interesting looking what you are doing at Plymouth with your 5-year plan. I think it's really clever and smart. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. But you've got very good ownership who know what they are. And that's the thing. They know what they are and what they do. It's like our ownership's a bit all over the place. Worth a shot if he recovered to get... Nah, Leicester will use him in there. They'll use him. You don't pay 7.5 million and send him out to a rival. I also believe our game next week and our other stands will be open too. They've got a test event for the women's match tomorrow. Oh, brilliant. So your stands are starting to get back to normal. That'd be good. That'd be good business to bring in more money for you. We always sell out when we go to Birmingham. It's always a good away trip, actually. Birmingham away. A really good away trip. Got a lot of time for the Birmingham fans as well because they're all right. It'll be interesting to see what both teams line up like. Like I said, it'll be interesting to see who fit, who's not fit, who can do what. From what I can see, hey Matthew, I'm good, mate. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm not too bad. We're just 18 days till the birth of our child, if not sooner. So yeah, we're in countdown stages and we're trying to make sure we got everything sorted for when we need it. So finger crossed we got it all. But at the same time, it's still scary Mary because it's getting closer and closer to the due date. And the closer it gets, the more you just go into that thing of making sure you've got everything, making sure everything's sorted. Luckily, most of everyone's Christmas and birthday presents are done. And I say birthday because it's my little one's birthday in October. December. So hopefully we got everything sorted in that sense. Then if Leicester went up somehow and stayed up, would you do it? Possibly. They might get him out of him, but I think he's decent. We have Buchan and Lair back for the first time since we beat Leeds. That is a good people that back. Yes, if we got relegated, it will stop. It will have stopped the meltdown. We need to work on the back line, concentrate. So we can see so many that it's been tough for everyone in the bottom. It's not unusual to see a bottom team climb out. Bottom team. Yeah, the problem is for us, it's seeing what we can do. That's the thing for me because I'm all for us trying to get out, but we are in such a rut. We desperately needed a win versus Millwall. We could have done without being battered. It didn't help us at all. It made it bad. So we could have done with a win before the international break just to like put some points on and get the gap a bit better. And the problem is you look at that bottom load of people in the bottom. January will be key for everyone in the bottom 5 or 6. Yeah, it will be. Hopefully for John, in the part of me in this kind of hopefully for John in a fan point of view, Rooney can get him back going, but he's got to do some work, and it'll be the first proper test of your leadership to see if they're willing to go. We fall on the sword and go, we made a mistake. Whoops. If you want to become a member, it's $4.99 a month. Super chats are on it as well. Everything go back into the channel. So anything I make on here go back into the channel to try and make the video better or how I can improve things. It's always been the way I do things. Our next 2 home games I went in rather than get some points out of them. You should. And I hope you don't versus us. That's what I'm going to say there. I hope you really don't versus us and we can pull an upset. But at the same time, you look at where we are and when you look at our form, it seems like we're in the perfect pickings at times. The Millwall result is still very... I think it's still very sore with everyone because it's the first time we've seen... I think for me, it's the first time Danny's seen what this team can do when things don't go right. Beforehand, it was like, okay, he's come in, he's seen a little bit, but it's the first time he's actually seen that big meltdown and concentration go out the window. And it's the way you end up playing it, the way you end up trying to come back from that. If we came into the international break with a win, I think you look at it, you go, right, we got to win here. Can we go do something versus Birmingham? Now you look at it going, because of how many we lost, you're like, where are we going to make a mistake this time? Is he going to stay with Dawson? Is Bakwick going to get a chance? Is he going to do something very bold and say, hey, Charles, you're going to play in net and jump both of them? Is he going to change something at the back and play a Wickway instead of Diaby? Is there going to be a formation change? Is he going to shift things around a little bit? There's a lot of what ifs. What's he going to do when it comes to coming back after the break? How fit is Josh Windass to start a game again? Is Michael Smith back? There's a lot of things that are needing to be sorted. One of our big ones is just sorting out the back line. We need to defend better. We need to stop the silly mistakes. Do you think Danny will play free midfield now after Millwall Reynolds and out battles in the middle? I think he will. I think he got to be fair. Do you think we'll play free midfield now after? I think he will. I think he kind of got that. I'm the one person I'm interested to see because in a Danny Rill team, I think he'd be superb. He's Palmer. I'd love to see Palmer in it. Hey, Mr. Optimism here. We're hitting the target these days, so like telling matters. Very true, Justin. Very true. We are hitting the target. We are making the chances. I think that's the thing. We just need to make it count. We need to bury it, and hopefully we can. We are actually making more chances now. That's the beautiful thing about what we're doing with Wednesday at minute. When they are playing, they are making so much more chances. I hope for our sake you give us some chances. You gave Millwall as our front line is far better than theirs. I do worry, we conceded too recently. We might be too attacking. I understand that. Good point, fella. It's just the sheer scale of the collapse that shocked. Feel sorry for Danny. I do feel sorry for Danny, but I've got a lot of respect for Danny because Danny come into a situation which he know was a bad situation where we were and gone, he got the confidence and the ball to go, I think I can get him out of this. I can do this. This is what I'm going to do. Because say when this day up, right? And say Danny goes on and does well, but then he moves on. And then say another team needs a firefighter. If he gets known of being a manager who can firefight teams out, he'll always be in work. They've always managers that if they can learn how to get teams out, there's always work for them. If they can go from that to the next step, like getting a team up, he got the potential. He got the people around him to do it. I think for me, when we had the thing this week, what I noticed about, good point. From what I noticed, the championship is always better of midfields that tend to win. Yeah, it is. Like, you look what we saw in League One. The midfield weren't really the big thing, were they, in League One? The midfield were bit where if you could get on a counter in League One, when another team got up and attack, you'd probably go on and win. Instead, with the championship, if you've got a solid midfield, it do well. I think for me, I'm buggered, to be fair, with why... Hang on a minute. To be fair, if he gets you out of it from now, he deserves manager of the season. It will be Summer Escape. It will be the Great Escape. We will play that music as we have done in the past games and get him out. Get him out, not get him out. Get us out. If he gets us out, he should get manager of the season because it's a very difficult task. It's not doable, but it's bloody hard. Imagine if this gets to the point where we go the rest of the season and we get to the last game and it's back to being a last game of the season thing like we have with Derby and we actually do it. Now, the thing is, the pitch invasion will happen again, so we'll get another fine. If it was a home game, what is our last game actually? Is it? It's not a home game, is it? Last game of the season it's Sunderland away. So Sunderland away, so they could be looking at going up for it. It'll be interesting to see what happens. It's still a long season, but the problem we've got now is it's always what they say. They always say where you are at Christmas time is normally where you finish. Granted, I think last Christmas we were top or near top. We were on a good run. It just shows you how much upheaval can happen if you upset it. If you upset the people that are there, if you upset the flow of things. I think that this is probably one of the hardest championships there's been for a while when you look at some of the teams in there. I think it is, for me, it's one of the hardest. And I've always thought that from day dot when I saw that what the championship was going to be this season. I always thought it was going to be very, very difficult. And the fact that we are where we are, it speaks volume to what happened basically this season. It really does. Our season has been just a bit of a knife edge. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I'm going to end it there on an hour and 1 minute. Thank you for joining me tonight. 28 people watching, 20 likes. So good ratio. I know this one was a bit delayed from where it should have been on the Friday. But like I said, the live streams was interesting. Like the live stream for the next couple of weeks are going to be up and down because I don't know what's going to happen. My whole situation from now until the baby's here is it could happen on a weekend, it could happen during the week. So everything's you'll be surprised how many teams have got out of the rut, and the teams are not bet to go down tucked in by the end by getting relegated. That's what worries me. No, I understand that, DB. I get that. Yeah, it's been an hour. We've been going an hour. It's been a really, really good show. It's been a lovely show. Have a good one, and I won't say good luck for Saturday. I won't say good luck for Saturday either. So how about we both don't say good luck to Saturday, and we'll discuss bits of it if you're in the chat for the debrief when it happens. How about that? And we'll go there. But have a good rest of your weekend, everyone. Keep your eye peeled on here because if a baby does happen to thing, there'll be some sort of thing in the community thing or a video going, there's a baby, here's the child, kind of thing, and go from there. But have a good one. I hope you are all doing well. And I've added something to the end of these, so it makes it a bit better for me. So have a good one. Enjoy your weekends, and there'll probably be a video for there's a video for members tomorrow. There is definitely a video tomorrow as well if I can find something to talk about. Take care, everyone. Have a good one, and I'll speak to you in the next one.